Hey everyone, my name's Chris Lambert, and on this channel we talk Kanye West. And today we're talking this info dump mega thread over on West Sub Ever. You can see that there's a number of topics key to this information, and it seems to be the most we've heard about the going-ons revolving around the Donda album and the various aspects of that project in a long time. So I made a video just a few minutes ago about the Hurricanes video featuring Lil Baby, if you want to check that out. But in this video, we're talking specifically about the movie track list. You can see Ghost Bubbles here wrote, a rough cut of the movie was made up of 6 songs: Future Bounce, With Child, God's Country, Off the Grid, In God's Country, and 24. All songs that we've seen on track lists for Donda over the last few months, right? You can see right here, like With Child, God's Country, In God's Country. 24 is not on there, but it's on, not that one either. It's on this one, which you have to scroll down a little bit, but it's at the bottom. Just trust me on that. So you can see that those are all on there. A little bit about this movie and what this movie is. You may remember that Kanye tweeted on July 21st, the big liar that he is. He said, "Donda With Child, new album and movie this Friday." So it seemed like something he was already recording and had already made. And now there's also this information that came out today as well, which again, I should have said this earlier, you can see the tag of potentially misleading. All of this information is coming from various sources, right, that claim that they have inside information. Some have a track record of having been right in the past, which could be the case here. So even if they are right, we know Kanye changes things up to the last minute. So there's always that to consider. But you can see here, news I received over the last few months: movie almost completed, rough draft obtained 8/23/2020. Original slated release date was 8/29. Hundreds of songs recorded, sample finished clearing. They have 6 songs locked down, etc., etc. So coming back to some of the movie stuff, you can see August 30th, which is around the time that it was scheduled to release. This was posted to Kanye to the 2. You can see that there's all this information about the movie. New film called Angelz by Kanye West is coming soon, confirmed to be Hype Williams. Kanye allegedly to shoot a VMA virtual performance for Lil Baby. Indicates possibly fake, might not be real, just these tags. Scrapped remained to Angelz, most likely done, about 40 minutes. Leaked clip that showed a compilation of the Yeezy camp, similar to the Jesus is King movie, and you can see even a image down there. And there's stuff about the album and details, which all of this could have changed, right, in the time. We know how mercurial Kanye can be and how not married to ideas he can be, and that things really can change over time. So this is kind of where we're at in this period that they had assumed that the movie might initially come out, right? The end of August. So we're right there with that. And you can see here around that time as well, Dame Dash in his studio, he's been having, bands and visuals on the screen in the background. And this was apparently the Donda With Child movie, which doesn't seem as cinematic as we're seeing here, right? Like this looks like something a little bit more movie-esque, where this looks a little bit more documentary-esque or mockumentary-esque. So it'll be interesting to see how this movie actually feels. And there was a bit more at the time. Photos with Kanye had some photos, and you can see here that there was stuff like this was the larger image of it, which Kanye's face is pretty funny, but there were some details like up here that people were commenting on in the tab. I made a video on it at the time, talking about just some various details that we were seeing in like the Dame Dash's studio. Had this dry erase board that had songs on the side, which actually recently came up again. People were commenting on like the date that you could see in the photo here. So there were various aspects of that. And then Angelz, which is something that I have here. But I just wanted to point out, look how the room's glown up, right? Like that is a glow up to go from these bare walls, this table, to like the posters behind, the Yeezys behind. Sometimes just pat yourself on the back. But this is a better shot of Angelz, and you can see Kanye West at the top, Angelz with Hype Williams at the bottom, and this is in Kanye's Atlanta soundstage studio slash creative space that he's been using with that 100-foot screen. And this is like old school, not old school. It's just well-known Hype Williams font, right? He used the same font for Belly. He used the font there. Kanye West, though that seems to be my design, Hype Williams design. For Fever, he's used it for, again, Belly. Well, all of the lights had the font Hype Williams name there. Like, it's just very much associated with Hype Williams, and you can see here that this is what Angelz looked like. Just those kind of hollow block letters that have a little bit of a neon aspect to them typically, but just having that the block lettering. So that's what we see here in this Angelz clip. And I guess that's where we're at. Maybe the movie will still be 40 minutes like it was initially said to be. Maybe it was shot in 5 days. There was still speculation up front that Angelz might be completely different than the movie that they were talking about there. There was a little confusion about that because people had thought that the movie was going to be called Donda With Child. We'll see. Kind of like how the movie for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy wasn't My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, it was Runaway. So that might be the same kind of thing here. It's the Donda With Child movie, but it's called Angelz. So it's kind of where we're at with that, and then, you know, songs will appear on it. The same way, again, with Runaway, that not every song from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was played. Most of them were, but not all of them. So same kind of thing here. And Hype Williams was a co-writer on that, even though Kanye was director. They worked together on that. So this would be the first time the two had collaborated on like a significant film project. So we'll see. That's all I got for this video. Details will follow, again, as we get more information. But if you're enjoying the channel and you want to support, the easiest way is to like, subscribe, or comment, as those things tell YouTube this is a channel people enjoy, and they show it to more people, which helps out a lot. And we also have our podcast, Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West, where we go line by line, track by track, album by album through Kanye's discography, giving narrative and thematic insight. It will forever change how you listen to Kanye. And you can find our College Dropout season currently on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Tidal, but you can find our whole archive of other episodes on our Patreon for just $5 a month, which is patreon.com/Kanye Podcast. There's a bug flying around. But that's all I got for this video. I'm about to make one on the whiteboard songs that we'll see in a second. So if you want to check that out, or check out the Hurricanes video I did before this, then just look at the channel, you know? I'm sure you know how to find it. Until next time then, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.